Thank you for joining me today. Just go ahead and find a seat on your mat. Just really settle into the space. Today I want to focus on our root chakra. Since we can't always be at home, we can create safety in our body that feels like home. So balancing our root chakra, it's going to help us ground in, just feel a little bit more secure and at peace. So go ahead and find a nice, comfortable, cross-legged position. And go ahead and shut down the eyes. Now we're just going to take a nice, deep breath in all the way to the top. And sigh, letting it out. Breathe in. Keeping your eyes closed. Just want you to envision that there are roots growing from the base of your spine, grounding you in the earth. Feel where your seat meets the mat. Just remembering that you are here, you are safe, and you're at home within yourself. Okay, we're gonna go into our first position. I'm just gonna have you reach your left arm up, and you're going to reach to the side, bending the other arm that is on the mat, creating a nice deep bend here. Try not to come forward, but stay back like this. Just controlling the breath. Nice deep and slow and steady breaths. Really reaching. You may deepen the stretch a little by bringing the opposite knee to the ground. Elbow. And then returning to center, lifting the opposite arm and stretching to the side. Nice and deep, controlling the breath. You can deepen the stretch a little if you wish. Two more breaths. Slowly returning to center. Now we're going to go ahead and do a seated cat-cow pose. So first I just want you to lean back, bending back your neck as you inhale. And on your exhale, bending forward, completely curving the spine. Inhale, bending back. And exhale, curving the spine. Inhale. Exhale. As you curve the spine, bring your stomach in. And as you inhale, you're pushing the stomach out as you curve your spine back. And exhale. Now we're just going to return back to center, and you're going to take your hand and place it over your knee, bringing the back hand in a cup position like this behind you, straightening the spine and then twisting. Breathing here into the twist. Two more breaths here. And slowly coming back to center. And doing the opposite side. So hand on your knee, other hand in the back for support. Breathing into the twist. Two more breaths. And returning to center. So now we're going to go ahead and head towards the back of the mat. And you're going to bring your knees just out past your hips like so. And we're going to reach forward into child's pose. Get really comfy here. We're going to be here a while. Extending those arms forward. And sending the tailbone to the back wall. Really breathing deep into this stretch here. Remembering those roots that we grew from earlier. Feeling that safety and support we have in ourselves. If your mind starts to wander, just think of your thoughts as a wave on the shore. Let the thought come in and then wash away. The thought might come in and then it gets washed away. Feel yourself settling in, feeling maybe the heat in your hips and the length in your spine.
And when you're ready, slowly coming up onto all fours.
And then your knees. So from here, we're going to come into our yogi squat. But before that, we're going to just warm up our legs and our feet a little bit. We're just gonna rock side to side, like so. Feeling that stretch in the bottom of your foot. Really slowly here. When you're ready, flatten the feet and come into your squat. You want to take your elbows and be pressing them into your knees here. This will give you some support. Breathing deeply here. I want you to focus on your pelvic floor for a moment. And on your inhale, I want you to tense up your pelvic floor. And as you exhale, release. Inhale, tighten. Exhale, release. Inhale, tighten. Like you're zipping up a zipper. And exhale, releasing downwards. Continue this on your own time. 3 more rounds. Go ahead and come down onto your bottom. And then now we're going to come and extend our legs outwards with the heels together. And you're going to straighten the spine, placing your hands down for some support. Really feeling the connection with your heels and the back of your calves on the mat. Finding a lot of length here in your legs and your spine. Envisioning a string pulling you up towards the sky. And another string pulling your heels towards the wall. Keeping a slight flexion in your foot. Three more breaths here. We're going to go ahead and raise our arms up to the sky and then hinging at the hips, folding forward. You can find a slight bend in your knees here, and you can bring your heels out a little bit if you need to. Whatever feels right for you today. The main movement that we're focusing on is a hinging of the hips, not so much getting our arms to touch our toes, because if you're only focusing on the arms, then you're going to have quite a rounding in the spine here, and that can cause some problems. So imagine that you're hinging at your hips. See how far that will take you, and then let the arms rest on as far as they can go. Controlling your breath. You might be able to settle down into the pose just a little bit more. Hinging a little more at the hips. And when you're ready, slowly releasing. Now we're going to come back into our yogi squat once more, just for a moment. Settling into that space, loosening up the hips a little if you need to first, and then coming into the squat, pressing those elbows into the thighs, straightening the spine a little. On the inhale, tighten your pelvic floor. Exhale, releasing. Inhale, tighten. Exhale, release. Inhale. And exhale, release. We're going to slowly just come to standing position. I want you to reach the arms up and folding forward. Now here we're just going to hang. Just hang. Ragdoll it out. Completely let your head hang. Maybe shaking your head no, shaking your head yes. And then I want you to take your arms and grab either elbow, furthering into the weight that is hanging here. And on an inhale, I want you to come all the way up and settle down into chair pose. If you want to take it a little bit further here, you can do a slight back bend, raising the arms up further, or you can just stay here. Alright, and now we're going to bring our hands to center and place your knee, your elbow on your knee, twisting here. Making sure that your knees and your hips are staying square, and it's just the upper body that is twisting. 3 more breaths. And then coming back to center, reaching the arms all the way up and folding forward. Now reach your arms all the way up, back into chair, hands to heart center, and twisting on the other side. Feel the heat that this pose creates. The side body, the thighs, the hips. And breathing into it. And then when you're ready, arms to the sky. And then arms down at your sides, coming into mountain pose. Really feeling through all four corners of your feet. You may sway here a little bit, and that's okay, because you know you're still rooted, you're safe, you're secure in yourself. A couple more breaths. And then when you're ready, I'm just gonna have you bring your leg up, and you're going to grasp your toes. And this is maybe where you stay. Maybe you just stay here grabbing the toes. Or maybe you want to take it a bit further, bringing the leg out to the front. And maybe even a little further, bringing the leg out to the side. You can place your hand on your hip for some support here. Finding something on the wall that does not move. Don't look at me, the wobbly yogi, trying to find balance. And it's not necessarily about getting the leg completely straight here. Just about finding your balance. Breathing into it. And slowly releasing back down. Now we're going to do the other side. So bringing that other leg up. Hooking the toes. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you bring the leg out straight. Maybe you bring it to the side. Finding stillness here. Remembering your thoughts are like ocean waves. Couple more breaths. And then slowly releasing. So from here, we're going to come into Warrior Two straight away. So you're going to have your front foot facing forward and the back foot lining up at a 90-degree angle. A big bend in this front knee, and then your arms straight out as if you're being pulled by a string from either side. Not bending forward here or bending backwards, maintaining stillness and alignment. Breathing into the pose. And then I'm just going to have you lunge down, bringing that back leg down, big bend in the knee here, lifting the arms up. And if you can do a slight back bend here, go for it. Breathing into stillness. And then coming back up, switching our legs into warrior two on the opposite side. Finding a big bend in this front knee here. Couple more breaths. And then lunging down and bringing the arms up. Taking a slight back bend if you can. Gazing towards the sky. And now we're going to come out of this, coming to the top of your mat, reaching the arms to the sky, and then letting it hang here. Bending your knees slightly and bringing your hands underneath the feet. Letting the head hang completely here. Feeling that connection of the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet. Maybe give your foot a little squeeze, show yourself some love. And when you're ready, root to rise. Bringing the arms to the sky. And then coming down to heart center. We're going to do a couple sun salutations here, so just follow along with me. We're going to do this a little bit slower than normal. I don't want us to rush. I still want us to feel grounded and present in our space. So go ahead and reach the arms to the sky. Swan diving forward for a forward fold. Breathing here. And bringing the right foot back into our first lunge, reaching the arms to the sky. Finding a slight back bend if you can. And then coming down, bringing the other leg back into plank. Breathing here. And then chaturanga, forward rolling into your up dog. And then down dog. Maybe pedaling out your ankles here a bit. Feeling the length in the back of the calves, the back of the legs. Maybe rocking from side to side a little. And when you're ready, bringing the opposite leg forward, back into a lunge. And raising the arms to the sky. finding a slight back bend. And when you're ready, bringing yourself all the way up, root to rise. Inhaling here and exhaling to heart center. Reaching up, inhale, exhaling, swan diving down. Bringing the opposite leg back into our lunge. Rising the arms up, the little back bend. And coming to plank. Holding. And then knees, chin, chest. Rising up into your cobra. From here, downward dog. And then bringing the opposite leg forward into your lunge. Rising the arms to the sky. And then slowly bringing feet together, root to rise. Reaching for the sky. Inhale and exhale. Find your heart center. One more round. Inhale, reaching for the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, the opposite leg back into our lunge. Rising the arms up, the little back bend. And coming to plank. Inhale, chaturanga, knees, chin, chest, rising up. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Taking a couple breaths here. And then bringing the opposite leg forward, finding your lunge, reaching the arms to the sky. And when you're ready, root to rise. And then hands to your heart center. So from here, we're going to go ahead and come down to the mat. Oh. Feeling that heat that sequence created for us. Feels very nice. We're just gonna come down to a position lying on our backs. So here, I just want you to make sure that your feet are firmly planted on the ground. And bring your arms out to a cactus. And then have both legs fall to one side. Making sure your shoulders stay planted on the ground.
Breathing deeply here. Noticing any sensations that you're feeling right now. Maybe some tingles, some heat. And on your inhale, bring your legs to center. And exhale, falling to the other side. Couple more breaths here. And when you're ready, bringing the legs back to center and hugging the legs into your chest. And maybe reaching for the toes and coming into happy baby. Maybe rocking the hips back and forth a little bit. You're happy babies after all. And finding some stillness here. Releasing the toes and coming into Savasana. Get really comfy here. Shutting down the eyes. Raising the palms towards the sky. You have nothing else to do in this moment. Just find complete stillness. Showing gratitude for yourself for showing up today. Just slowly bringing your awareness back to the room. Maybe wiggling your toes and your fingers. Maybe stretching the arms up above your head and rolling gently to one side, creating a pillow with your arm. Just cradling yourself a bit. Maybe give yourself a little smile. When you're ready, slowly rising up into a seated position here. Bringing our hands to our forehead, knowing that you are safe and secure. Hands to the lips. May you speak good things about yourself. And hands to the heart. May you show love for yourself. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.